So once I got back to Phoenix, I was real tired from the long bus ride from Vegas to Phoenix, and so the first thing I did is I went and got some sleep. It was nighttime, and it was like 12 at night. I think I caught like literally the last bus to the area that I was heading towards to be to to find for a little bit a better place to sleep. So I actually headed from Phoenix to Peoria, and Peoria, Arizona, which is a western suburb of Phoenix. Kind of, it's like a side suburb, you know. But anyway, that night I ended up having to sleep in the park, and it was kind of cold at night too. So I did the usual, like wrap my jacket around me and breathe into it, and then I fell asleep, and I woke up, and it was daytime, and it was a nice day, and I went and got some more coffee because I love coffee. I drink coffee all the time. In fact, I probably need to cut down a little bit, but um, yeah. So I just like the feeling that coffee gives me, like the warm feeling that it gives me. I know a lot of other people know exactly what I'm talking about, but that's why I really like coffee the most. I also like the fact that it kind of gets you more alert. You feel a little more alert, but I also like tea for doing the same thing. In fact, tea is probably better for energy. And but anyway, we'll get into that in some other videos because I have a little bit of knowledge when it comes to like nutrition for the body and like how to get energy better with more natural ways of doing that, and how to take care of yourself like with vitamins and whatnot. So because I studied nutrition for quite a while, just different things that help your body and all that. And you guys know the whole like multivitamin. Take a multivitamin every day. That's always important because if you don't do that, your cells actually start to break down in your body, and they don't really replenish quite as well. So you can actually age faster that way without taking a multivitamin. You can actually get sicker that way, have cancers and stuff that way. But anyway, like I said, we'll get into that in another video because I like to cover that stuff too, and we'll do that because this channel is really going to cover everything under this. I mean, just everything that I'm into, but also like other things too. Like I said, it's not just going to be my testimony, which is coming to an end soon because we're already at the point now where I'm at the end of 33 and to where I'm at now. So anyway, I ended up going to back to Phoenix to be closer to my daughter because that's where she lives, is in Arizona, and I was in Vegas, so I was far from her. And the whole time that I was homeless during that whole process, I would think about my daughter all the time, and I would just hope that she was okay, and I just couldn't wait to see her again. And I finally did get to see her again the next day, I believe it was. I believe it was the next day. I got to see her and pick her up from school with my wife's cousin, and she didn't know that I was going to be there. But at that point, I had kind of a beard growing out, so and I kind of, obviously I looked more homeless, and I remember when I got her from school, I surprised her, and I was in the back of the vehicle, and I looked at her, and she looked at me, and it took her a moment to recognize who I am. And for anybody who has a kid, that's kind of a heartbreaking moment when your daughter doesn't necessarily know who she's looking at. She's looking at her dad, but she didn't quite know. But then it's like I'd say about like 10 seconds went by, and then she's like, "Daddy," she realized who I was, and that was a beautiful, beautiful moment. I can't tell you guys. Brought me to tears a little bit later. We ended up going to the park. I ended up crying, just so out of happiness, but also after the journey that I just took. I mean, how crazy that situation was. But it was so beautiful to see my daughter again. It was so beautiful to reunite with her. And that's a miracle from God. That's a miracle from God to be able to do that. So anyway, after that, I was set to be homeless again, but to be homeless in that area, that general area. So, but, another miracle took place as I was walking, because I said goodbye to my daughter and I said goodbye to my wife's cousin. And as I was walking, he sent me a text message, and he said, "We have an old truck that is parked that can't move, and it doesn't work anymore. And we have it in our parking lot. So he said, if you want to, think about it, maybe you could stay inside that truck for a little while." And and of course, me, after sleeping on the ground for 6 months straight, a truck when somebody offers you a truck to sleep in, that sounds absolutely wonderful. That sounds like somebody offering you an apartment to stay in. I mean, really, when you have been sleeping on the ground in the coldest weather and in the hottest weather and in the in between weather and in the rain and in the snow. I did all that. I mean, just I've slept in every condition you can imagine outside and on the ground. And so when somebody offers you a truck to sleep in, I was like, okay, I won't turn it down. I said, I'm not going to turn that down. Because I was telling you guys, don't turn things down that are good, that come from God. Don't turn things down out of pride or for any reason. So I told him, okay. Now that wasn't an easy experience either, sleeping in that truck, but it was much better than sleeping on the ground, I'd have to say. But we'll get into, what happened after that. It probably in some more videos that I'll do, if not tonight, probably tomorrow. But so I was happy enough because another reason I was happy about that truck is because I knew that I would